So let's get started into your reading. When I laid it down, of course, it's funny because the Tower card came out first in reverse position, which is good. But when I looked at the Tower card, right, and I saw the numerology and the number of the tarot, when I looked at it quickly, I thought it said tax. So for some Capricorns, taxes are big on your mind. Some kind of big change has taken place. It could have something to do with taxes. Some of you could be getting back a chunk of change. There is a reciprocity or some type of agreements that maybe different organizations or the tax man or banks or different things have kind of unfolded for you in January, and it's coming through in February, and you're kind of at wit's end with, committal agreements of like people coming after you, like people coming that you have to like stand your ground and boundary yourself and just take it all with a grain of salt for this coming into February, this first week of February. Because I pulled a clarifier and you received the 6 of Pentacle, which is really good. So there is reciprocal energy, prosperity, money, right? You could be giving or receiving, and it can be a little bit of both. So there's something coming through to you, and there's some other situation that you've been stagnating on, maybe sacrificial to, that you're trying to decide upon something. And you know what, Cap, it's like dead to you. It's no longer an issue once you kind of come to the completion of what the inevitable changes that have taken place for you are coming through in the first couple weeks of February. You do have the Hangman and the Death card here, which is saying you're putting an end to the old patterns, the old restrictions, the old way of yourself. That's a way of yourself like kind of coming through to say, you know what? I'm going to change my patterning. I'm going to change kind of the way I see myself or others see me because I've changed. I'm totally, letting the new changes take place, and the old kind of committed patterns or the way you're used to operating it's changing for you. And I think you've been literally coming through those changes and accepting what is, and maybe if there is circumstances that have brought you to this point, it's all good because it's needed for what you need to move forward, whether it be with money, with love, with family, with situations, right? So I feel like you're really releasing and letting go of issues and people and things that just don't serve you well. It doesn't serve, and you know this. And as hard as these challenges could have been, or the upheavals, or even losing people who have passed on, right? You're coming into a time where you're ready to move on from it and just let go and give it up to the realm and to God or your source and just say, you know what? It's my time. You're going to come through into the 3rd and 4th week of February with the Ace of Swords, which is new dynamic, new inspiration, new thought processing, new ideas. Sun in Aquarius for this month of February for you is your 2nd house, and you're coming up with new ways to work and kick off new projects, all in the mind, right? You're thinking of all new type of things to come through so that you can work a new magic, a new way of being, a new idea and inspiration that is like that, I got it, Now, you still have a lot of Capricornian energy here with complete success and victory to it, right? Because the world is all about success, and it's bringing through for you the Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, which is Capricorn. This is Capricorn right here. And the 4 of Pentacles is holding everything close to the vest, like calculating, doing your money, figuring out your resources, what you need for this new idea, new inspirations, what you're kicking off, and you're kicking it off with vigor and new ways of being, which is just beautiful energy for you because it hasn't been easy. That Pluto Saturn, you're used to Saturn. You are used to Saturn because he's your ruler. He's the planet that rules you. So, if for some of you were able to go through that Pluto Saturn kind of harsh way of figuring it out, it comes out really sweet in this reading anyway for February with the sun in Aquarius. And I just think this is really, really something for you because you're going to get your second house matters, which is your money, what you value, those type of things, into a perspective with complete clarity. So you come into the month figuring it out, saying, okay, I got to dust myself off, and how am I going to proceed, right? I've sacrificed, I've done, but the past is gone, right? You can only go forward with new inspiration and new idea, which sits you to be able to sit and evaluate what it is that you might need, might value, might want more of in your life or for this month as we come up. I pulled a clarifier from another deck on the Tower. Even though it's in reverse and you're coming through it, right? You still have some residual kind of left over from January, and you're going to see that the as we come out of winter and the days get lighter, right? The Amok season, everything's starting to wake up. You receive for a clarifier the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is always too many options to pick from, and you're not able, coming into this month of February, you're trying to decide on, after these changes have occurred, I'm tired, I'm kind of a little bit, ready to make a decision, but I don't have the energy. So you're going to sit with that for a little bit and try to see what comes through so that you can get to all this shiny new bright stuff after sacrificing for a while. Also, another clarifier came out with it is the Ace of Cups. So some of you are deciding on love and romance in different relationships, that new love, new relationships that are coming through for you. So this is going to be a month about not just like romantic love, but it's going to come through that you are going to be dealing with like emotional relationships, things that touch you emotionally, not just logically, and, something that you just got all set in stone, right? These are things that are coming through for some Capricorns. So all in all, you definitely got the Death card with the Eight of Cups, and the underlining reading is you're getting ready. You're holding your money and what you have close to the vest. You're going to start anew and get ready to move on and move forward. And February is going to kick that off for you. And you'll come to the decision of what you're going to do. So let's take a look at the guidance. And the guidance is indecision. So there's definitely some big pathway that you're trying to choose, Sorry about the glare, but, just seeing the card, she's cloaked, her hood is up, or he, and there's two pathways to choose from, and it seems a little stormy and whatever, but you know what? Whatever you're deciding upon, Capricorn, with this card anyway, you don't want to linger in it too long because you can stay indecisive for months and weeks, and it's time for you to move forward and really, kick back and try to figure out what it is that you want, how you want to move this indecisiveness, because the card it makes, there's a choice that you have to make, and you could be it could be anxious for you where you're trying to decide. And for Capricorn, like you're steadily rooted. So it's good because you can look at how you want to make that better choice instead of just standing still and maybe feeling a little indecisive and confused. And the emotions can become up and down. So try to journal it out, pencil it out, kind of like take that long drive, take that long walk and just kind of bring it into perspective. Because you don't want to get stuck, and just try to focus on what it is that you're going to be certain about to make the choice, So, and two, like maybe don't analyze whatever it is so much, because if you analyze it too much, it's going to keep you stuck. So try to meditate, journal it out, work with your spirit guides, call it in, light a candle, do some things that can change your energy course. And sometimes sound healing can do it. It can just change your vibration and you have that breakthrough, because you do have the Ace of Swords here to actually make this decision. So just follow your heart on the decision that you're trying to make. For those of you, it's coming through strong. So that is the message. And once you create the energy and get the space, and get centered in that, then it won't feel so draining to you to make this decision of all these options. You can narrow it down to which path you're going to choose. Let's take the medicinal energy and see what we have. Protection. Received Rowan. Rowan, the Latin term for rowan is Sorbus terminalis, and it's a red-berried plant. This plant, rowan, is, nature doesn't waste anything, really. And it's all, like, important to nature, the birds. The birds continue eating this berry until, like, almost into the winter time, depending, It's a very common berry. But let's see what rowan has for you. They make jams and jellies and syrups with the berries. It's a little bit bitter, but it's all good, right? So let's see what the properties of it are. So according to I'm going to just read you a little piece of the book. Rowan is about protection, and it's sometimes called the traveler's tree. It's thought to protect and guide travelers and prevent them from getting lost. The rowan tree has tradition of mythology and folklore as a magical tree that offers protection. And it also offers powerful branches for the purpose of the flying rowan, a tree that's been selected for most birds. The rowan is a portal tree and protects limited space between one area and another, making this wood of choice for gates and doorways among druids and witches. As an oracle property, the word protection could be a warning to call to keep your guard up. Is there someone new people coming into your life, new situations? Maybe you require a little caution with what you're going forward with. Remember that your most precious resource is internal rather than external. It's okay to be protective at this time. Creativity and compassion, these things are of value to you and deserve to be guarded. So that's pretty powerful. And the medicinal, purpose of this is to put the guard up, have the protection. You've been through a lot, right? So as we come out and I land this reading for you, you receive all this with complete success. And this can be a card of travel also. Long distance travel. But the world of success and what you need for financial and money and to rebuild, to rework the emotional place that you've been in, maybe over the money or over things that are just, it's time to lay them to rest, put them to bed and move forward. You come out of the month, I love this, come out of the month with the Knight of Sword energy, right? So you're blazing and ready to take on like the next season as it comes through. But take time to nourish, to care, to take care of you, to take whatever it is that for the physical body for you, the body, mind, and soul, and bring in things, whether it's massage work, yoga, whatever that is for you is what this is all about, because you're going to find that coming out of February, you're going to be all ready to really rock and roll and get going. So some specific messages here for most of you, and see how that resonates. It doesn't have to be all taxes, doesn't have to be all money, but see how that unfolds kind of in a natural way to how that's playing out for you in February. And also take a look at your rising sign video.